I like how it actually says it's
It says
showtime.
showtime. That's when you
Yeah,
know it's showtime.
yeah. So what you drinking, man? Be honest.
So, be
Be honest.
honest, it's a little Diet Dr Pepper with a kick,
All
a
right.
little kick of vanilla crown. What about you?
I am drinking a Modelo Oro. So that is, it's kind of like Corona Premier, right? Like has less calories and carbs
Okay,
because you know
less carbs.
it's almost bikini season, Brian.
Oh yeah, I mean you got to be in bikini. I can't wait to see you in a bikini this summer. So
It's gonna happen,
I
dude.
long for the days of us sitting in the woods in our bikinis.
And
So
bikinis
yeah,
for
can we get
sure.
matching bikinis this year? Or
Matching?
yeah,
Hell yeah, man. I'm just gonna get a skin colored one, like painted nips on it and stuff like that, whatever. I don't know.
flesh
That's
color.
crazy. That's just crazy talk.
Can we get banana hammocks?
Banana hammocks. Oh
That's
my
really
god.
cool.
How about we play this intro real
Yeah,
quick?
play a song.
Biddy.
We got it.
Here comes cryptoholics. We got Bigfoot in the woods. We got aliens in the sky. We got ghosts in the attics. Here comes cryptoholics.
Fighting people.
Oh, Timmy.
Timbo.
Timbo.
I'm gonna be seeing Timbo tomorrow evening. So
Oh yeah?
mhm.
Oh man, I'm jealous.
Come
You
on
gonna
up.
help mow a lawn?
Help what?
You gonna help Tim mow a lawn?
No, I'm not a. I'm not the mowing guy like
He's
he is.
fixing to get into that season though.
It's almost
Oh,
mowing season for Timbo. No, 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 not doing that. Helping him with some stuff around his dad's place. So,
oh, very cool, man. Very cool. So tell us about our guest, man.
so yeah, I've been friends with Brian Terrell for I don't know how long now on Facebook. I finally got to meet him a few weeks ago. They were doing a show at a public library here in Oklahoma City.
Oh,
So I just
cool.
stopped by. I went intentionally just to meet him because I'd been trying to hook up with him for a while in Southeast Oklahoma and wasn't able to. So, and I was super impressed with his presentation and also his website is just phenomenal. Like the guy's
Yeah.
put a ton of work for that. So I thought it'd be a good time to bring him on and kind of showcase that for him and see if we can help him with anything to
Yeah,
build
for
that up
sure.
a little bit. So, but yeah, super good guy.
All right. Brian, what's up, dude?
Hey,
What's up, buddy?
what's going on, man?
Oh,
Thanks
Is
for having
this
me
phone
on.
good or should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this, man? Let's do this.
I like this. Yeah,
Okay. All
it's
right.
a
I
good.
Cool.
like the other. I like it where we're all three in a row because it makes me look bigger than you guys.
Dang.
See that? Doesn't
Yeah.
that look good?
Now I'm all off center. I got Lean. I'll
Let's
just
try
stay
this
half.
out for a little bit. Hey, man, I'm in the middle, dude. I'm in the middle.
Let me move then. Is that better?
Here you go. Yeah, it looks good, man.
Yeah, my head does
Looking
look
good,
kind
man.
of bigger than y'all's though. Like maybe I need to get back a little bit. But then if I lean back, then all my chin show. So I don't want to do
Oh,
that
Lord.
either. So
That's why you grow one of these.
well, I
Yeah,
had one of those and
he did have one.
Hmm.
it was like
Hmm.
way yeah, it was a lot. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they are a lot.
a lot of work. So
So, Brian, tell us a little bit about Red Dirt Cryptids, man.
Red Dirt Cryptids. I don't know. We're from Enid, Northwest Oklahoma, and we got started a couple years ago, not like right before COVID. I've always been kind of looking for Bigfoot and other cryptids, but uh, the Red Dirt Cryptid thing kind of came out of what I just decided we finally needed an internet presence. So we basically kind of consider anything from like southern Kansas and Oklahoma to be, our territory. Yeah, but I mean, we go everywhere. We investigate all different places all over the state. We just do what we can do, with the free time and
Yeah.
you know what because it's limited. I think everybody has that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, You know, what can you do with the free time and the extra money you got, within reason. But we try to get out. We're probably out there at least once a month doing something. We got a little YouTube channel. We post up videos for people to watch so they can see what we're doing. I don't post everything every place that we go, but I do post a lot. And then, like I said, we got that website. And one of my favorite things to do is I like to go out and actually interview people on location that have had encounters. And
I like doing
I
it
would
myself. Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, it's really cool, and it gives people an opportunity, but it's hard to come by people that that want to do that because there's a lot of people that want to put it behind them,
Mhm.
so especially with some of the stuff that we investigate. So you know how those things go. There's a lot more out there than just Bigfoot.
Right.
That's kind of our cup of tea. Hell, there's even lions out there now. So
Exactly.
That's true. We know all about it. Yeah, there are lines.
Exactly. And
they
I
ever catch that thing?
I don't know if
I
they
don't
did.
think so.
Yeah.
If they did, nobody's ever gonna know, right?
No.
Exactly.
It may be a rug at some old boy's house in southern Oklahoma right now.
You may be right. Oh no, but that's kind of us in a nutshell. We're just a bunch of good old boys, and we're I've got a bunch of guys that I would say they're on the team, but heck, there's like 7 or 8 of them. But at any given time, if I can get 3 of them on location at one time, we're doing good. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Trying to coordinate something is an exercise in futility.
Mhm.
So we've kind of gotten to where we're kind of just like, hey, we're going here this weekend. If you guys are interested, holler at me. And if they are, I'll throw them in a chat text, and then we'll make it happen. But
That's about how we roll too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, trying to organize some kind of outing with more than 3 people is impossible. Because everybody's so busy, and
Mhm.
and I level with my guys. I tell them straight up, it's like, man, if you're busy on that weekend, you better not be getting butt hurt because, we went without you, because that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And they all understand. They're cool with it. We've all got lives, and it's just kind of how it is. But I've got a whole bunch of guys. I got Jeff Hatfield and Micah Doan. Is that me?
No, that's downstairs. My kids like to use that Ninja.
Oh,
They're
cool.
like pumping
Okay.
iron and drinking protein downstairs or something.
They're snorting that Hulk chow stuff.
Yeah, that's
Snorting pre-workout.
yeah.
That's what my wife does. But I've got a couple of new guys that have been going out with me here real regular, Eric and Coleman. And of course, we've got Mr. X, who has to remain nameless. So
Ooh, cool. You have a Mr. X. Nice.
we have a mysterious Mr. X. Yes, he's the Sasquatch whisperer and think tank person for the group. So yeah, he just wants
Nice.
to remain anonymous. So every once in a while, he'll show up. But that's us. We're just a bunch of country boys, and we know something's out there,
Mhm.
and we're just trying to get cozy with it.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I like. Oh, we lost him.
Oh, where'd he go?
There he is.
They took him out, man. They
Yeah.
took Brian
Mr.
out, man.
X got him.
I'm telling you, it's that dang government.
Yeah. One thing I like though that I really keyed in on when I was at the library a few weeks ago is
Yeah.
that you have kind of the same philosophy we do as far as aligning with other groups, because it wasn't just Red Dirt Cryptids there.
No, the guys from Nobro are out there.
Yeah.
And I work with them every chance I get, although our schedules don't always align, but they're good people. You gotta align yourself with good folks when you can, and there's some pretty good people that are in that group, and I enjoy going out with them when I can. So, and
that was a key thing for me, and that's what I was going to tell Shane was like, that's one thing that we always pushed was trying to align ourselves with, other groups to, to have all the advantage you could get, right? Areas and people and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool that he was there with those guys. So
Yeah, that is awesome.
there's it's just trying to stay out of your political stuff with different groups, and just trying to be friendly with everybody. I mean, I got no bad will, no bad blood against anybody, you know. That's my philosophy is sharing what you know. I don't think
Yes.
enough people don't do that, and you know, a lot of people don't share what they know. It's not because they're being greedy or stingy. A lot, well, some of them are, but some of them are just too busy. You know, this stuff that I've done to make this little interactive map and you know building my actual case files. There's a lot of work involved in that and a lot of
You want to bring
time.
that up? You want to bring that in?
No, sure, go for
Sure. So check this out, people. This is Brian Terrell's his site. I think this is great. I like how there's like little question marks too on gnome or little people sighting that. That's wild.
Now, the little people sightings are, I think the woman with the Native American lady. I kind of threw the deer woman sightings and the little people sightings into one batch. The question marks are unexplained phenomenon, stuff that I have no idea. I've got a question mark, I think, out by Moreland. A couple of years ago, there was a couple of officers, law enforcement
Mm-hmm.
officers, that they got dispatched to unexplained light source, and it wasn't on in the air. It wasn't a UFO. This light source was coming from the ground, and apparently over 20 people called the county sheriff's department about it, and they could see the lights like 20 miles out. They could see it. It was lighting up the whole sky. But by the time they got there, it disappeared. It came back a couple of weeks later. It was a really weird phenomenon. But I try to stay out of the whole UFO thing because, man, I just ain't got time for that. Um,
I'm with
I
you.
find it interesting, but man, I ain't got, you know, a man can only do so much.
So your
It,
main focus is Bigfoot, right? And
well, Bigfoot is the bread and butter. There's
okay,
more Bigfoot reports in Oklahoma than any other cryptid, but followed shortly by Dogman.
dog
So
man.
I think I've got 30, 35 Dogman reports. So
My good God. I don't
flying
know about
cryptids is
those.
another thing. There's a lot more of these flying cryptids out there, and they're very diverse. You never know what people are going to report. Anything
Yeah,
from
you got this pterodactyl type of creature here going on, which you've
yep,
heard from multiple witnesses and stuff through shows and whatnot.
yeah, oh yeah. Well, and that Ken Gerhardt and Lyle Blackburn did that show, the American Flyer or something like that. That was really good a couple years ago. So
This is awesome. So, you personally, have you seen like? Because me, I have not seen anything. I've been right on the hills, but never seen anything.
well, I've seen more than I wanted to. Unfortunately, I've seen one of these pterodactyl type creatures twice now. Both of them, one of them I almost hit with my truck.
Holy hell!
Um, then I've seen two creatures that I would say were dogmen, although I didn't see them stand up and walk away. But you know, when you see a wolf-looking creature that's as big as a cow, you know it's not normal.
Yeah.
So, but it was, you know, most of my experiences were not frightening to me because, you know, most of my experiences were from a vehicle, you know, and so I was pretty lucky there. Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, I mean, I've seen two dogmen, two of these flying creatures, and here recently, you know, I've actually laid eyes on a couple of Sasquatch. Got to see a peaker not too terribly long ago out at Habron Lake, and that was exciting as hell. And then just a few nights ago, when we were down there in the Washita National Forest, we
Oh,
had
okay.
one come into camp. And man, I'm here to tell you, I didn't actually see any definition, but I saw something standing over by Coleman's tent, and I actually saw it move. I got pretty pumped up about that. And then um, Eric and I, we had our vehicles kind of aligned and they were about 7 feet apart. And I had my back turned to Eric's vehicle because I was trying to look at Coleman's tent, and whatever it was walked right behind it in between our two vehicles, and that freaked me out. I'll tell you straight up, man, I was too scared to look because it was literally like, I don't know, 2 feet behind me. And all I could think about at the time is my car door locked, because I was sleeping in my vehicle. That freaked me out pretty good. But I actually saw it over there moving around. I just couldn't make out what it was. Whatever it was tall. It was upright. So it's definitely taller than Coleman's tent. If you watch the video, you can see. So
Man, I love like apps and people. I just saw this map just like right before we hopped on, and I was
Knew
like,
you were
"What?"
yeah.
And
Yeah, the
this
Nobro guys have a map too. It's just Sasquatch sightings, but they've got a map that's very similar to that. As a matter of fact, the Nobro guy, Ryan White, he actually taught me how to build that. So
Man,
his
you
looks
might
a
all
lot.
need to combine information. There's another kid in our group that was doing this too,
Really?
and yeah.
Well, I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
was using something else though, because it didn't look
Mhm.
like anyone else's map.
Hmm.
was-
Well, there's
he was
different
using more of
map
like
Oh, you,
platforms.
you you know what? That might be something that we look into, and because Brian said he's kind of running out of space on
yeah,
this, or
Yeah,
they're only giving him
yeah,
a allotted amount of stuff that he can put on here.
I know. It's
yeah.
frustrating.
The other guy was using something similar to like Google Earth. Like his
Mhm.
was just a
Yeah.
little bit different format, but it was, I don't know
Well,
what
this
it
is
was
Google
called.
Maps. That's Google
Yeah.
Maps right there.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, if you can, I'm not exactly sure I could do it if I was sitting in front of the computer, but you can actually make a few clicks on that, and you can switch it over to a Google Earth view of that. So, so you can actually see the satellite imagery. But makes it a little. Now, one thing I will say about this map, I got to throw a disclaimer up here. The locations, these pinpoints that you're seeing on there.
Mhm.
Oh, there you go. You found it.
Yeah.
They're not exact. Now, some of them are exact. I mean, like pinpoint locations,
Mhm.
but some of them are not, and that's intentional. A lot of times, like if it's private property or something like that, I'll put the pin drop, within about a 10 square mile drop. But not all of them are. I've even got a few reports in there that I have absolutely no idea where it occurred at, just because you find these events. Like there's one that's listed on there where I got a report off of another website or somewhere about this deer hunter that was cooking bacon, and Bigfoot came in and stole his bacon or something. And I filed that, I put it in there, but there's no location given. So where do you drop the pin drop? Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
You just kind of throw it in there somewhere. It's not all. You don't always get all the information.
Mhm.
Sometimes you only get bits and pieces of it, but it's important that you document what you can. And then maybe, hopefully later, people that do have more information, they can come in and they can help you out. They can say, hey, I've always been telling people, if you have more information about any one of these reports, hit me up on Messenger and let me know about it so I can go in and fix them.
Yeah, that way you can add details, collaborate the stories and stuff. So
Love it. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's fantastic. So I need to get
Me
with you
too.
on my sighting, and I know we were going to try to hook up Southeast Oklahoma, and then I have an 8-year-old, and so it doesn't always work out that way. But uh,
Anadarko. Oh man, that place.
Darko's got some
Yeah.
stuff. So
And for what it's worth, this map is terribly incomplete. I mean, Anadarko is pretty much a hot spot, and there's a
Mhm.
lot of stuff going on there down around Bangor or whatnot. I mean, all I'm doing is I'm putting down the ones that I know about. If any of your listeners know of anything that's happened in anywhere in the state or even southern Kansas, man, hit me up on Messenger and I'll take your report. I'll document it. I'm 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 always trying to take reports, trying to get them plugged in though, and get them on the map and get a case file going. that takes a little bit of time. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. My week is, if it's nice weather, I try to be in the woods.
Hmm.
But if it's really crappy weather, that's pretty much when I do this type of work. If it's too crappy to go out, this is when I get this stuff done. So
And it takes a lot of time after your regular job to do these kinds of things.
Yeah.
I know
Dedication.
exactly what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Sure.
yeah, it's a hassle. My all my case files are available too. Um, if you go to my Facebook page under the featured banner right below, there's all these things that are featured, and there's one that says Airtable, and if you click on that, it should take you
Oh, whoop.
to
Let me do that.
all of my case files. But that's not in my website.
Oh,
The
okay.
the website is totally not connected to my case files. I haven't
Okay.
figured out how to do that yet.
The next rainy day, right?
Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff that I would like to do if I had more time. And believe it or not, I'm not a techie guy. This is not my forte. I get a lot of help from the No Bro guys, and they've helped me, and they've shown me a lot of patience. We'll put it that way. But you know how it is. I mean, this is. I'd rather be out in the woods, but I see that there is a real value in putting this information out here for everyone to see.
Hmm.
Because if we're ever gonna break this, I don't I don't necessarily want to prove that Bigfoot exists. People have been wasting their time doing that for a long time. But I want to change the way people in Oklahoma, especially Northwest Oklahoma, the way they see Bigfoot. I mean, nowadays, where I'm from, they just laugh at you. I mean, shake their head like whatever, call the guys with the white suits. But I'd like to get it a little bit more like what it is down southeastern Oklahoma. I mean, you can sit around and talk about Bigfoot in southeastern Oklahoma, and they don't think you're nuts. They're like, oh yeah, my uncle saw one. So, Lord help me if I was ever get a hold of all the stories from southeastern
No.
Oklahoma. There'd be pin drops all over the place over there.
Yeah, no
So,
doubt.
Yeah. I
yeah,
definitely need to get with you so you can catalog mine.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
Hmm.
Sure.
I try to. So, like I said, it's just I don't know, it's a labor of love, I guess you could say. I just want people to see what's going on. So, and there's reports in there from all over. I've got reports from the No Bro guys. I've got reports from the Gulf Coast Bigfoot Research Organization, that old
Hmm.
website. I
Yeah.
bootlegged all them in. I give them credit where credit is due. I'm not claiming that they're my reports. I never would do that. But I've got reports from all over. Jim Whitehead has given me a bunch. Jim Whitehead from MARBC, and he's a giver. He helps, and I just whoever can reach out to me and give me the information. I usually, in the case files, I list them as the field investigator. So
Very nice.
Yeah. It's well done. So
Man, we're gonna have to link up with these dudes, Brian.
I
You
know.
probably will before I will. I
I
live
know.
in Texas, so
I've been
I
trying
think,
to. So
yeah, man.
I got a
Coordinate
feeling we
some
will. So
going out in 2 weeks. Let's go.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Where are you going?
Okay. Yeah, where you headed?
Put me on the spot.
Oh, okay. No.
Oh, right.
General area. General area.
Yeah, yeah.
Northeast Oklahoma.
Okay.
Northeast Oklahoma. Going to a spot that has a lot of reports. A lot of reports.
Okay. I'm checking my calendar right now because I'm actually going to be in Tulsa.
You're already practically there. There you
Wait, what is
go.
that? Easter weekend?
I think. Oh, damn! Am I going to get myself in trouble?
I know. Yeah.
Easter weekend, I'll be around. The weekend after that and the whole week of, I will be in Tulsa.
That's interesting. We can work something out. I'm all like I said. I'm always out there. Um, Sometimes I'm out there, 2 times a month. It just depends. I like to really ramp it up in the springtime. Although I did acquire a tick while I was down at Washita's with
Not
like
surprised.
last weekend.
Oh
And
man,
we saw a snake too, believe it or not.
I
So,
saw a snake. Wasn't last weekend, but the weekend before that. I was in Sam Houston National Forest,
oh
and
yeah, that's a good spot.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
it's great out there.
I've heard rumors. Never been there myself. Drove through it.
Yeah, you
So
get to walking around and see all the palmettos. It's like you're walking in the Jurassic era or something, you
yeah,
know.
it's different fauna from where we were at.
For sure.
Hmm.
Man.
Brian, do you guys have any more speaking engagements coming up?
Actually, I'm going to be in Caney, Kansas, here in, I think, oh, she's going to be mad at me. Uh, it's weekend after this one. On a Friday, I'm going to be giving a talk. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to talk about yet, but I'm going to be talking at the public library there, uh, looking to looking to see how many people that they'll bring out. That Caney, Kansas area is just north of Bartlesville, just across the border into Kansas. That place is hot, man. There's multiple lakes in that area. Oologah is over in that area. It's like the freaking Bermuda Triangle for Sasquatch and cryptid. There's a lot of flying cryptid reports up there.
Okay, I'm very
Uh,
interested in that too, man. I think that's awesome. The flying cryptids. Oh boy.
mhm.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of flying cryptid reports that are not on that map. I ran out of waypoints, and but if you go to my uh, case files, you can actually go in there and you can organize them by what type of cryptid, and you can just search that one type of cryptid. But we're getting quite a few flying cryptid reports, and they're slowly kind of trickling in. We've had a lot of little people reports trickle in, although most people reports are real short. People don't get to sit and watch them. And but then the people say, "Oh, dear woman was seen here, there, whatever." Most of those stories are real brief, so they don't make excellent case files. But most of the time, when people run into deer woman, they usually don't live through it. So
Yeah, that's the legend, right? You know.
yeah, that's one cryptid I don't want to run into.
I think I've
But
met her a few times.
Oh boy.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I dated one in college.
Yeah, yeah, I think I have too.
She tried to stab me, but that's another story for another day.
That's on a whole other podcast, there, Brian.
Oh yeah, good old days, man.
Maybe we dated
Oh,
the same
days.
lady.
Oak
Oh
Mogi.
Lord.
Oh,
So, but yeah, that's there's a
Wait, did you already put this up, Brian?
I
hi
didn't.
Pam E.
Oh, okay.
Did not.
Flying.
Now, Eric. What
I
is,
can
is
almost
that
read this.
still in Caney, the border town?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
it. And
April 7th.
mhm. That for as small a town as that is, that place is hot. I mean, they've got a ton of stories down there and a ton of reports, and the diversity over there of the cryptids that are there. They got all types, and apparently they're on some kind of ley line that runs just right along uh, the state line there. They explained it all to me, but they started talking about ley lines, and I'd like to learn more about that, but it's like it's over my head.
I need to
You
really
know.
check into that on the 7th because that's Good Friday.
Hmm.
I'm free that entire weekend. It's a 4-day
Uh,
weekend for me.
we're gonna be up there, yeah.
No kiddos. Hmm.
Yeah. Well, just think about it. You got my phone number.
Yeah,
Sounds like you might be running into the deer woman.
I might be. Hey,
Mhm.
single, probably.
Yep.
Just
But
kidding.
no, it's I'm looking forward to going up there and talking and hanging out with those ladies over there. They're really into the whole paranormal thing, and they know a lot about that kind of stuff. And some of those ladies, down there, Pam and Jessica, they're into that ghost hunting stuff, and so they feed me information on the Bigfoot stuff. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about this ghost hunting stuff, so
Oh
Yeah.
man, I got ghost stories for days. I should probably definitely go.
I have like zero. I've never really been around anything like that.
Just
Yeah.
hang out with me for a while. You'll find some stuff.
Yeah. He's like a sponge for this kind of stuff.
It's ridiculous.
Oh. So, do you think that these ghosts and stuff? You think that everything's related to everything, aliens? There's a lot of people that believe that it's all connected, interconnected, and
I
everything.
don't think so. I think they're all separate, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think Bigfoot's an alien. I don't think ghosts are alien. I think they're all different. So
Right.
I just
I'm
think
kind of with you.
there's just so much weird stuff that we just don't ever see it because we don't know it. You know,
Right.
brains can't process it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like for
Mhm.
ghost stuff, for me, like what I've noticed is once you see it and accept it, it's like you could see it, and, easier, right?
Yeah.
You start noticing things, and you're like, okay, now I know what that is. And at the same time, if you kind of tune that stuff out, you don't see it as much. At least that's been my experience. Even living here in this house, like I've had some crazy stuff happen here. So
Mm.
Mhm.
I'm pretty lucky. I never have. So
I've
when I
never
go
been
to,
into the ghost thing because I really don't want anything following me home. I guess
I've heard about that.
there's enough people living here. Need a ghost.
yeah,
It's bad enough when the Sasquatches follow you home, right?
Now that could happen. That would be great.
yeah, that'd be
I've
cool.
heard a lot of stories, and dogmen too. I wouldn't want the dogman to follow me home. I've been pretty lucky so far.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
haven't
And
had
you've actually put eyes on them. That's crazy.
I think
Yeah,
we
it's
need to get
broad
you.
daylight.
We need to get you in touch with our buddy Jacob. He's got the greatest dogman story.
He's got a
Really?
good one because I guess we believe. I mean, it was pretty much deceased
Yeah, it
on the
was.
side of the road
Yeah,
coming from Waco. It was in Texas. And there was blood. But they actually pulled up and looked down at this thing. Like they actually got right up on it and
Oh,
looked at it. I think
yeah,
there was
they,
three or
yeah.
four people.
I think they were watching it as it took its final breath. So
Yeah.
really?
yeah, he's on here. I don't remember which episode he is. Shane, one of the earlier ones, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably one of the
Like
first 10, maybe.
4 or 5 or something like
Yeah.
that.
Did he take any photos of it or anything?
No,
That's
this was in the early
early
90s.
Yeah,
Mm. Yeah, yeah, back in the good old days before cell phones. Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had that one
Man, that
cell
would be incredible.
game. So,
Do what, Brian?
you had
Oh.
that one cell phone with the snake game. About all you had back
Oh
then.
yeah.
Candy bar phone. That's
Yeah,
what they used to call
Yeah.
it.
the Nokia.
5150.
There you go.
That's how
Indestructible.
old I am.
Yeah,
Oh, if he had
right
them
there
big
with.
bucks, people had them satellite phones though too, back in the day. You know.
But yeah,
The
Jacob's
bad,
story is
bad
really
phone.
cool. So
Hmm.
he,
Yeah, that
sure he's
sounds really interesting.
yeah.
Hey Tim,
What's up, Timmy?
how you doing, man? There he is. There's Tim. Tim's laugh is a cryptid.
Yeah. So that's
Oh,
whose lap is on our intro song. Brian is the high pitched whining laugh that we play at the end of that, and also he sings that song.
Yeah, he sings that
So
song.
yeah, that's his performance, and Tim sent it to us,
wow.
I think, as a goof, and he didn't think that we would add music and run it as our intro song for now over a year. So
That's right.
be careful what you send us.
Yeah.
Never trust your friends. Never.
No, not when they love you. So
Mm. No.
Hey Brian, Terrell, I got some. Let's see. I just saw it. Where is Toledo Bend? It's over here, right? Right. It's Texas. Yeah, it's got to be over here somewhere. I'll find it. I'll find out more information. But there was a summer sighting last summer out there near Toledo Bend by just an old fella, old country guy. There's one hardware store. I think it's a store, a hardware store, and a washateria or something. I don't know.
Everything store.
Yeah, they're all side by side. They're all branded the same. Anyway, this guy came in and just was mumbling and rumbling because he had just seen this thing in the summertime. Uh, Sabine National Forest, kind of back runs into Toledo Bend. So, I mean, there's no telling. Um, but it got me excited being a Texas guy. But I'll find out more information on that. I'll give it to you. You can put it
Yeah,
on if you
I'm
want to put
always
it on your notes.
interested. I mean, Texas is a little out of my, but I still like hearing the stories.
Yeah.
Speaking of dog, man, Brian, when you came out there and you were there at that place, that was on Southwestern or something.
Yep.
Um, you remember that lady that was asking questions in the front?
Yeah, about the stuff around her trailer.
Yeah, she had some stuff going around her house.
Yeah.
It's kind of a funny story because Tom Crabtree and Ryan White with the Nobro guys went out there to interview her and investigate it. And all they do is Bigfoot. And they showed me a picture of this thing that they'd seen. I took one look at it. I was like, Tom, that's not a Bigfoot. It's a dog man. He's like, man, that's what I thought you were gonna say.
Holy hell.
It was pretty funny. You could actually see the snout, and you know how sometimes when the light's in the right direction, you can see those two. I don't know. I guess it's some type of bone or something
Oh,
in
yeah.
the nose that kind of goes down. Yeah, you could actually see the light reflecting off. I don't know, I was like, yeah, that's a dog, man. And it was pretty funny. But that's an ongoing investigation with that lady now.
Yeah.
Tom Crabtree, he's kind of heading that up, and because he lives pretty close to her, but that's a pretty cool place. She's got some land, and there's a lot of positive habitat scenarios on her place. So you never know. There could be some Bigfoot in there too. You never know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she seemed like she had a lot of genuine concern. So.
Oh yeah, I said, does anybody have any questions? And I mean, she practically shot out of her seat. You know,
Yeah.
you could tell she had a lot. Of course, the library ladies were trying to run us out of there.
I know. I said that too. I was like, I wish they'd have done your presentation an hour earlier so you could field more questions at the end, but
Well, they couldn't. They were doing hot yoga in there.
I got there too late. So.
No, your timing was good.
Okay. Okay. Good.
I'm not going to elaborate on the scenery scenario.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But anyway, it was pretty funny though. But yeah, they have I guess the poor library people, they had no idea how long these squatchers can go. Well, we can go we can go a while.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole. You just keep on going. And
Yeah, any direction you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
get all over the place quick. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then when you open it up for questions, that's all hell breaks loose. So.
Oh hell.
But that's good though, because it seemed like a lot of people that were there they were really into it.
I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, like they were. You could tell like you guys had the audience pretty good. So.
Yeah, they were.
I thought your presentation, was not to say the other guys didn't do a good job, but yours was really well. I mean, really well done. So.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Theirs is good, and it's important that everybody works together on that stuff. I'm glad that they were the ones that invited me to that. So they were good, nice of them to let me have some time in there too. So, but I'm just the alternative. I guess I'm the black sheep of the cryptid world around here. If you got anything other than Bigfoot, call this guy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I might get you into some really cool stuff though. You never know. You never know what you're gonna see.
Well, a lot of this stuff gets misinterpreted. I mean, I've had people that have called me and they think that they've got a dog man, and then you really start asking questions. It's just a Bigfoot, and vice versa. And I think a lot of them at a distance get misinterpreted, both coming and going. I mean, at a distance, it's hard to tell, at 200 yards, whether it's a dogman or a Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it just depends on, how good a view you got of it. But, it's, there's a lot of confusion, I think. And I think a lot of dogman sightings go unreported because people don't realize that they're, how big they are at a distance. Because at a distance, they look like a dog, you know. So there's a lot of misunderstanding. I had a young man that called me and told me that he had seen a Wendigo, and I was like, "Oh, that's new. You don't hear about that in Oklahoma."
Yeah.
And he was telling me about it, and I said, "Well, did you see it?" He mentioned that it looked off to the left. I was like, "Well, when it looked off to the left, could you see its nose? What does its nose look like?" "Oh, it just looked like a human nose." I was like, "Well, that ain't a Wendigo. The Wendigos have the long snout or whatever." But he said that it had deer horns, deer antlers on top of its head. Basically, he described a Sasquatch wearing deer antlers on its head. And I believe him. I think he was telling the truth. It messed him up pretty good. He was very unhappy about seeing this thing, especially at his hunting spot. So that does tend to complicate one's hunting whenever
It makes you second think a lot of stuff. So
yeah, yeah. I've pretty much quit hunting, not because I'm scared, but it's just
it's funny you say that. The more I got into Bigfoot, the less I deer hunted. Like I just really don't care to anymore. If I'm going to be in the woods, I want to be looking for this thing. So,
the only thing I'll make an exception for is coyotes. So, and that's because there's a pretty decent chance that I might call something else in. So,
Oh yeah, that is true.
oh yeah, and I use weird calls when I do coyote hunt because I always try to use something different other than the standard issue stuff, and I try to use mouth calls as much as possible.
okay.
So, but anyway, yeah,
Free.
I'm always ready to get out, go hit the woods, assuming it ain't the middle of summertime.
I know this is it right here. This is the season. You know,
Right.
Finally.
snakes are
By
just now kind of like maybe.
Mhm.
It's time to get out there.
When it gets too hot, I'm not interested in anything but swimming holes. So that's how I am.
Yeah. I've been pretty fair weather this year, I think. So not gonna lie.
Well, it comes and goes. I mean, there's times whenever you can get out there and you can do a lot, but there's times when life starts kicking in and you got to deal with stuff. And of course, then
Yeah,
Brian, he's always out there chasing the ladies, and that takes up a lot of time.
It takes a lot of energy. Not gonna lie.
It,
I ain't
it
chasing
does.
nobody. Oh
chasing them deer women.
yeah, I might chase a deer woman. I don't know. That may be
Oh.
my next calling. So
A whole
That
herd
other
of
one
them.
could have been one. Yeah.
A whole
Whore.
herd.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Ain't that the
I
truth?
think I'll just stay home. It's just much safer this way. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
no
So
ladies.
you plan on going out a week from this weekend, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be. I'm gonna be down there in that. I'm gonna start out in the Caney area. I'm probably gonna just. We'll probably be at the. I figure I'll probably be at least at the library till 9. So I got a spot over there at the. I think it's Hula Lake or something.
Named after
Right
me.
there. Yeah, but there's a free campsite over there,
Is that
and
is that Caney, Oklahoma, or Caney, Kansas?
Caney, Kansas. It's right
Oof.
on the border, man. Yeah.
I'm checking the distance right now for me. It's 3 hours.
3 hours? Oh, dude, it'd be
That's
yeah,
that's about what it is for me too.
be a long haul for me.
I live in Enid, man. My closest spot is an hour and 15 minutes away. You know,
Nice.
the closest research area I have. That's why I drive that Subaru, is because hell, I can't afford to drive a 1-ton truck.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, I got to have the gas getter. Everything
Those
has to be
one-ton
done on
trucks
the
aren't the
feature
best
zone.
things to turn around on old logging roads either. So
No, they're not.
Been there.
Oh yeah, but
Been there.
no, seriously though, you gotta. This stuff costs money. People don't realize that. You know, you getting out there doing all this stuff. You know, that's why I'm real big on the free campsites. I've had a lot of luck in the the WMA hunter camps, stuff like that. And not only does it cost more, but when you stay in the fancy ones, but you know, I think you have less activity in those. And I'll tell you a fun fact. Most of the time, you can go in and you can use the showers and stuff in the fancy camp, and they don't know whether you're camping there or not.
No idea.
But now I always try to get in as remote areas as I can.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these WMAs, I mean, hell, you can stay in the hunters camps and hell, you'll never see game rangers unless it's deer season. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to be in there when it's deer season anyway.
Mm.
Yeah. Not
That'd
at
be
all.
wild.
Just play it cool. But rest of the year, those things are abandoned.
Yep.
You know,
I
they're
prefer
all yours.
Mm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Plain
Nice.
Kansas. A little bit of
Kansas.
a road trip.
Yeah, that's a road trip.
Oh, it is. It is. Well, we'll settle in. We'll be a little bit south of there. We'll be a little bit closer to, what did you say, Sapulpa or Kellyville or whatever you mentioned? I don't remember.
Let's see what else is around that way.
Ryan, you ever been up that far north? East?
I've been to Bartlesville.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. I mean, you're not terribly far from the spook lights.
Well, that's true.
So
That's something I've never gone and done.
I did that.
So,
Was it last year, Shane, or year before when I went and did the spook lights?
I think it was last year. What? Last year you were coming home and you stayed in some weird place that you had to get out.
Oh yeah, that was in Colorado, or no, New Mexico. Yeah, that was. I'm still puzzled about what happened there. But
Yeah.
I think it might have been 2 years ago. I did the spook lights, and I saw some weird stuff. So,
yeah. Was it? I've heard that it's kind of unusual to get to see the spook light anymore. It's
we
like,
saw. I got photos of it. It was pretty wild. So
oh,
because it literally looked like somebody was walking through the woods with a flashlight.
really?
It's wild.
Yeah, it was.
I've been told that the Native Americans, I guess it was the Cherokees or multiple tribes, they actually reported seeing that while they was on the Trail of Tears.
Hmm.
So it goes way
That's
back.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's people don't realize it, but you've got the Arkansas and you've got multiple rivers going up into Kansas. Everybody thinks that Kansas is a bunch of wheat fields, but they are wrong. There's a lot of deep, dark woods in Kansas. You just got to know where to look and stick close to the rivers. That place is crawling. I mean, it's crawling. There's so much habitat down there. If you're ever around there, go sniff around. Ulaga Lake, and there's lots of reports over there in the area. You just got to know. They even have their own local monster down there. They call it the Noxie Monster. That's the local name for it.
I always like when there's a name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, isn't that great? Everybody's got their own little name.
There's I don't know if you've paid attention or read anything that we've or talked about anything, but the Aqua 500, it's in Chickasha, and we call it Aqua 500 because it's 500 acres with lots of water. But hell, even there, they and the surrounding neighbors, I guess you could say, that have seen anything large and dark, they all call it the blur. So it's like their own little,
Yeah.
thing is, I saw the blur.
Yeah.
Chickasha used to have some historical reports that they used to call the Chickasaw Critter, and it was all over that area. Old Jim Whitehead was telling me about that. It's pretty good.
And now they also call the Chicken Man out there too, or something like that.
That was El Reno, yeah.
El Reno, the Chicken Man, yeah.
And of all the names, that one probably makes some of the most sense, because they always And it seems like you're always hearing them about raiding them chicken coops. So, but I don't know. They do have some pretty weird names. Lake Worth Monster,
Yeah,
and
that's over by
that's
me.
yeah. There's a supposedly that thing was white, and
What, right? And then some people say they saw goat horns or whatever on it
I
too.
heard that.
So
Yeah,
you were talking about earlier about the Sasquatch with the deer horns they said they saw. That's the
yeah.
first thing that popped in my head was, you know, back in the late 50s. That's cool.
I don't know if they're wearing some type of headdress or whether they're actually growing it. You got me.
Yeah.
But I'd like to find out. But yeah, there's I've heard there was some reports somewhere up by trying to think. I want to say Oklahoma, Northeast Oklahoma, where there were some people that reported seeing a Sasquatch wearing a red hat. Seen him through. There was 3 or 4 reports of this thing wearing this red hat,
Pretty wild.
walking around
Wow.
sporting the red hat.
Trying to blend in. That's
I
all he's
think
trying
that
to
would be like super disturbing.
I
See that?
I think he was probably trying to get into the Sizzler with the little old ladies of the Red Hat
do.
Club.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Into the
Nobody ever
season.
noticed. So,
That all you can eat.
man, I'll tell you,
Man,
it's
that would
been
make you
tough
human.
times.
That would make it
Oh
very
yeah.
human-like, wouldn't it?
hmm
Yeah,
Get you the big techs.
that's
So,
right.
but yeah, you never know what these reports are going to bring. People come up. I mean, I'm not going to say people come up with stuff, but people will come at you with the craziest dang stories, and you're just like, what? Are you serious? And part of you is just wants to call BS,
Yeah.
but then you got to remember, it's like people call BS on your stories too,
Oh yeah.
and you got to be open minded. And the weird thing is some of the stories that when I first started doing this, I was just like, oh, horse crap. But I wrote it down anyway, and then a year and a half later, I get another report from the same area that has some of the same characters, and you're like, what? It's like you're thumbing through your book looking to see if you can find that was again, and but yeah, it's you never know what people are going to report.
Mhm.
These little there was one guy was telling me about some white alien looking creatures over by Watonga that he thought were aliens or something. And I was just like, good God, I hope I don't see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Pretty wild.
oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's their,
spooky.
their interpretation of it too. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
we both
That's
could see the
true.
same thing, and we're both going to have a different account of it. So
Mhm.
Right. That is another thing that you got to remember is, everybody has a different angle that they're looking at. It's, not everybody looked at it for the same amount of time. We could all have the same encounter and report different things.
Yep.
So you gotta stay open minded.
still the
So,
human element to it. So
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's why we're not. They can't take our word for it and justify the species, right?
yeah.
I don't know if you guys are like this, but if y'all become like more lax, I've been doing this for what 6 years, maybe going on 7, and
Mm.
just I'm more lax in my thinking. Like as far as I don't know, someone comes up and says, "Man, it jumped in my head and it was telling me all this stuff and blah blah blah," and even though I
Yeah.
don't verbally say, "Hey, I'm in a mind speak," like I wouldn't like just dismiss that anymore. Like I think about
hmm
it. I think I
Yeah.
think about it more than I ever have.
Right.
So,
Yeah. The first time I heard somebody say something along those lines, I was just like, "Oh yeah, psychic
yeah.
Bigfoot, ooh,
Yeah.
whatever." And
Go play
but
your
you hear
flute,
the
man. Go play your flute.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
yeah, isn't that what Wes used to call flute players?
Yeah.
But after a while, people will call you. And I was talking to this one lady, and she had actually gone to some of these other websites and actually documented some of her sightings. But I reached out to her and I was talking to her, and she kind of got all, you know, kind of quiet, like, and she's like, that's really not the whole story. And I was like, what? And then she started telling me about how she had this mind speak aspect of this habituation, this 10-year habituation, scenario with her and a young juvenile Sasquatch. But apparently it was putting ideas and talking in her mind, and there was, and after, and it's the way she was describing it. It was just like, man, I believe you. Um, because some of the stuff that she was telling me is just it's it was left field. It was left field, and but she didn't want she didn't want her name out there. She didn't want anybody to know who she was. She's not looking for any kind of, I don't know, her 15 minutes of fame. What's the motivation there? Where's the motivation to lie? You know, just to screw with some field investigator from Enid. Surely she's got something better to do. I think she really encountered all that stuff, and she just feels, duty bound to tell somebody about it. You know, and I think that's where a lot of these people come from. They're just like, man, I gotta tell. Yeah, you guys take reports from people, right?
Hmm.
You ever notice how you'll have these people that'll reach out to you, and they'll be like, "Here's my information now." All right, and you'll never hear from them again. They
Yeah.
just go dark.
Yeah.
They go completely dark.
Yeah.
There's so many factors in taking a report. It's kind of like there was a fella a couple weeks ago that posted some pretty impressive footprints that he'd taken out of some of his family land on my page, and I was going to go out there that Sunday after I got done over there at the Washita's. He went dark on me, and I mean, I'm not mad, but some people, they start having second thoughts, and they're like, well, do I really, can I trust this guy? Is he gonna, you know, put my family farm on a Bigfoot map or something?
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
mean, you gotta. I mean, I don't blame him. I don't blame him for having
No.
second
No.
thoughts.
Yeah.
But that's part of the reason why we always try to make sure that everybody knows that they have our word that if we. As a matter of fact, fun fact. Even if you tell me something in confidence, I won't even tell the other guys on my team. So we've got a couple of reports that was taken by Jeff Hatfield, and I have no idea who they are. So it's kind of a weird little deal that we've got going on. We guarantee you that. But these poor people, they need to talk to them. But some of those people, they just like, okay, here's the information. Now just leave me alone.
Hmm.
Well, I'll take that. That's fine. Just
Yeah.
hit me up with it. But then you got people that just want to talk and talk, like me.
Like
They
me.
just, yeah,
Yeah.
they love talking about the stuff, and the longer you talk to them, the more information you get. And, it's really great. You meet a lot of nice people doing this type of
Yes, you
stuff.
do.
You do.
Yes, you
You
do.
really do. Yeah.
They're not
Yeah. I
all
always.
crazy.
Yeah. And that's the thing is people think, oh man, you do Bigfoot, but you meet a lot of weirdos. No, not really. Not any more weirdos than I meet in everyday life. You know what I mean? Um,
That's true.
Most of the
That's
people I
true.
meet are actually pretty genuine, cool people. They're
Mhm.
normal people. They're average folks. And but yeah, there is a misconception about Bigfoot people and cryptid people that we're all a bunch of loonies and that
Well, no, I'm just kidding.
we lick the glass and all that kind of stuff. We don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you will find that a lot of people that are real high social standing, they're probably really reluctant to talk about this kind of stuff. And I get that, but there is, it's the common people,
Every time.
the average Joes, the good old boys, the rednecks. They're the ones that'll come out because they don't give a crap what you think. It's like, this is what happened. And, but then you get these other people that, they're scared to death that somebody's going to find out that they saw a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, I had this guy who sent me this email, and he literally pleaded with me at the end. It's like, please, whatever you do, don't release my name. He's like, man, I've got a wife and two grandkids that I'm taking care of, and if I get
Wow.
thrown in the in the nut house. Nobody will be there to take care of them.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, you're serious. And, I was like, dude, you got my word. I'll never, your name will go to the grave with me. Hell, for what it's worth, I never even wrote his name down in my little book. And hell, I couldn't tell you the guy's name anymore anyway if I wanted to.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
But it's
Less
kind
chance
of
of flipping up,
poor people, man.
Yeah.
They see this stuff and they're scared to death to talk about it, and but I don't know. We just take whatever we can get, right?
Right. All we can
You
do.
want, you want to talk about it? Call me. We'll talk.
Just try to get one piece to the puzzle, right? Just so you can kind of.
I know.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Well, and if we could just get all these Oklahoma people working together and put all of our files, all of our reports in one place, what the heck would that look like, right?
Oh, it'd be phenomenal.
Yeah, it'd be like my map times 10.
Yeah. And all of our evidence,
Oh yeah.
photos, cast, hair sample, all that stuff. I mean, it was in one
And
big community. So.
thank you for the cast, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I
you're
do
welcome.
appreciate
You're welcome. Yeah, Shane, I think I
that was
told you I
very,
gave him a replica.
Hmm?
I took my replica there at the office.
Yeah, man.
very, very, very happy about that.
Yeah.
And I actually took that to school and showed some of my students that.
Oh,
They were just like, "What?"
what?
I go, yeah, they were shocked to find out that they get bigger than that.
Yeah.
That is a really nice print, but it's not the biggest in the world,
No.
But
No.
yeah, there was a lady walking around down at Hanabi this year with that big giant like 24-inch print. Did you guys see that? Were you there?
Oh my God.
I mean, we got a 20, but I didn't see a.
Holy
It wasn't.
smokes.
It wasn't the best looking print. It was rough, but
Uh-huh.
you could tell that it was, and it was one of those ones that's kind of triangle-ish. You've seen some of them that kind of have a narrow heel. I'm still trying to figure that stuff out. I can't figure that stuff out. You get into the three-toed versions and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Man, I don't know. I can't. I'm not calling anybody a liar, but I can't figure it out. It's way past my pay grade.
Yeah.
But this lady had this giant one, and it was kind of a triangle shape. I'll have to see if I can find the pictures of it, and I'll text it to you.
Yeah, I guess I
'Cause
missed her.
Yeah, she was just wandering around carrying this giant thing. I was like,
Oh my
did
God.
I was like, did you cast this yourself? And she's like, yeah, And I guess it was
It had to
behind
be
her
heavy.
house.
Yeah, they are.
Imagine.
They're heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
they
know.
really are.
Yeah.
You
Whenever
know?
we display ours, if we do like a show or something, Shane and I get super
That makes
nervous
me nervous every time. That makes me
because
nervous.
kids want to pick them up, take pictures with them, right?
Oh
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And we don't want to tell a kid no because it's a kid, right? He's into Bigfoot.
Right.
She's into Bigfoot. And so like we want to
Those
make
two
sure
big
we,
meanies over there.
yeah, we want to make sure we empower these kids so that they don't think, wow, these Bigfoot guys are jerks. So we're like, yeah, you can take a picture, but Shane and I both are on pins and needles the
Oh my
entire
God.
time.
Uh,
And their
The hair on
parents
the
are
back of
there
my
just
neck is
snapping
standing.
photos, and the kids just doing this, and we're all there just like,
uh-huh.
because you're gonna see two grown men cry if you drop it. It's embarrassing. Super embarrassing. So
Oh, I know,
Oh,
man. I tell you.
my heart started
You
racing
know.
a little bit when you're talking
I
about
know
it.
it's
No, dude, that's
crazy.
messed up.
You start getting anxiety and
Ooh.
like getting all
Uh-huh.
freaked out. That's why when
Like,
Shane made
no.
the mold for that one and we were able to
Yeah.
order replicas, we feel so much better because we're like, here, pick this one up. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Man, here's
drop
the
it, you
mold.
drop it. It's not the worst thing in the world. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
That's the mold. So that's basically what the footprint looks like in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What's cool
And you
is
made
this.
that out of silicone?
I poured this on, so we cast some tracks in April 2020. I got it home, it cured, I cleaned it up, and I built a clay dam around it, and I poured rubber silicone. And I
Wow.
think it's set for like, I don't know, a little over 24 hours. Then I just
Yeah.
built up the walls, with more just like caulking silicone. And
Yeah.
but this
Man,
right
I
here,
tell you
man,
what, that's cool.
you see that right there sticking up?
Is that the stick?
Yeah, it's that stick or that rock or whatever. Hell, you can even see the other stuff that's poked in its foot too, just from
Yeah,
that's
one of the
wild.
toes, you could see a stick that ran along that second
Yeah,
toe.
that's right.
That is probably the best quality detail footprint that I'm aware of that's really been of any substantial size that's been taken out of
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
The
And
crazy thing though, Brian, is we have like 15 of those
really, wow,
from
what a
between,
find.
2018 to 2020, 2020.
yeah, 2020.
Wow. What
Between, the group of us, because we would cast them and split them up, like, okay,
Hmm.
you take this,
wow.
you take this one. And I have 3 or 4 here, and Shane's probably got 3 or 4, I imagine. I
I've
can't remember.
got,
Uh,
I
I
have
know
three.
Dustin's got a couple. Tim's got one. Mr. Bill's got a few. Um,
Wow.
I mean, we
That's
just,
amazing. You guys are very blessed. I mean, I've been looking for a long time and I've never found a
hey, we haven't
footprint.
found one in, it's been a while.
We haven't found one since renovations have been going along
Mhm.
out there,
As soon as that started, it
Wow.
went cold.
and yeah, but we haven't given up because we have other leads around the area.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
and one of them we just went and visited with not what four
A
or
month
5 weeks
or so
ago
ago.
maybe.
Yeah.
Uh, they have a power line, the same power line grid that goes from there
Mhm.
through Chickasha to Anadarko. And in
Okay.
Chickasha, these people have that power line on the back of their property of 500 acres. And it's
Oh,
wide. You could drive cars. You can
Yeah.
drive cars for miles and
Highway. Yeah.
not be seen,
yeah.
And it's what
Yeah.
from the bridge? It's 2 miles, 3 miles
Yeah.
from where we got all those casts. So
Yep. So
Wow.
it just boom.
yeah, we
Because
start connecting the dots, and we're just like, okay, something's up here.
yes,
Hmm. It is
something's
really
afoot, man.
hard. Yeah.
Does it look like I'm like leaning back with my feet crossed, like
There you go. Yeah, yeah. Those
What are those, juvies?
yeah,
Oh, no, those are toys, aren't they?
yeah,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
see that.
yeah.
Man, I found some juvenile prints out at Canton that look about that size not too terribly long ago. They were so
Wow.
tiny. They were
Itty
about,
bitty.
oh, they're itty bitty out in the middle of the dried up marshes. And I tried to cast. I failed miserably. I should have hit them with some hairspray because it was too sandy. And when I poured the casting
Oh yeah.
color, it just destroyed it. But the first thing I did is I went home. I got some good photos of them though. But first thing I did is I go home and I was peeling my grandkids' shoes off and I'm measuring their feet. And I was like, it's even smaller than my grandkids.
Wow.
That's
It was
mind
pretty
blowing.
amazing. Yeah,
Holy
they
crap.
were. It's really, Canton is really good about that. There's several individuals out there living. We've identified at least five, and we think that there could be more. It's just really hard to tell sometimes. But getting a good quality cast like what you got right there, where you can see the dermal ridges and all that, it's tough to find that. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we were out there a couple weeks ago, a month ago or so, and I probably found 50, 75 prints, out in the middle of nowhere in the marshes. And you could see toe definition and stuff, but nothing like that quality. I mean, that what you got there is gold,
It's that
you know.
Oklahoma red sand. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And
Yeah,
it's just a small area though. I mean,
Mhm.
and it is
really.
luck. But and I say that, and I've said this many times on the show. Um, I don't want to always say it's luck because it does take a certain amount of dedication. I mean, we hit this area consistently.
Hmm.
We rotate in, rotate out. You go check it. I go check it. You go check it. I go check it. I mean, you do that enough, and the odds start to stack for you. At that point. But
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't find this place. This all came about by a young girl who was hunting morel mushrooms. She's the one who actually found the original tracks.
Mhm.
And I found
Really.
her in a mushroom site, and she was like, "What do you guys think these are?" And I messaged her. And I said, "I know what those are, and I'll pay you money if you take me to where you found them." And she agreed. And I met her in town, and I I, I followed her right to the creek, and sure enough, there was 4 tracks. And I handed her some cash, and I said, "I will never ever hunt mushrooms here. I won't let anyone hunt mushrooms here." And I said, I'm just interested in these tracks. And she said, okay. And we poured 2 that day that were decent to pour. I have them both sitting right here on my table next to me. And then she messaged me maybe 7-8 months later, and they had found another track real similar. Sent me a picture of it, and then there was a huge downpour, and it washed it out like that night. So I didn't get down there the next day to cast it, but we just started hitting it, and we've been lucky. So that's the luck
Yeah.
part. So
Man, you need to put that girl on the team, right?
she's not a big footer. I mean, I talked to her a couple times after, and I've never spoke to her since. So
How can you see? How can you find? How can you stumble on something like that in the woods
the
and
crazy
not
thing is,
become it?
one of the tracks we have a picture of it. She actually stepped in it because she was gathering mushrooms and she stepped in it, and then she just kind of looked down and thought, "What in the world?" And when she stepped back, there was just 4 of them. Where this thing had stepped off this wood bridge and took 4 steps to the grass, and that was it.
Wow.
That little area had so much information on just that, what just happened there.
Yeah.
Stepping off the
Yeah.
bridge and then curving into, the bush, right?
Yep.
And then
Right.
the branch break that was 8 foot 10 inches.
Yep.
Directly above the second and third. You couldn't have asked for more of anything.
Do
When
you
it comes
guys
to
remember what the trackway length was between the footprints? I'm just curious.
I want to say it was 50 or 55 inches.
Wow, that's pretty
I
long.
Well, I
remember.
know that January 2019, the 20-inch leaving guy was, and I even said it in the video, I believe. It's like 56 and some change.
Yeah.
Man, that's impressive. You know, hell, it'd be tough for me to do one that was 48. So
Oh, dude, I've tried too.
Yeah.
Because I've been accused of making some of these tracks, so
Oh yeah. Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
That was a whole other show.
I don't jump that far.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah,
That was
it is what it is.
that was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, seriously though, I do appreciate you guys giving me that. That was pretty awesome,
You
and
bet.
I
Yeah.
plan on showing it off from time to time whenever I do some of that. I'm going to take it to Caney with me. My biggest problem is I gotta come up with something better to store the thing in with better padding, because after that I'm going to leave and go camping, for a couple of. I may just leave it there. I may just leave it at the library with the girls. They probably get a kick out of that.
Yeah, I have some plastic containers, and I just have the egg crate foam on the bottom.
Yeah.
Set it down and put it on top
Mm.
and snap it in. So
Yeah.
That's
Foam.
yeah. I use
There
some
you go.
for it, so.
I was thinking about getting an old suitcase or something that locked or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
Put
perfect.
like a handcuff, to the, like it's all important,
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. Paint it off. Yeah.
Yeah, you go in the wrong town, somebody chop your hand off too.
Always been looking around and stuff.
Secret agent, man.
Think you got a stash full of money. So.
Wouldn't they be disappointed? What
Yeah.
the hell is this? Oh man. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. Finding tracks is easy. Finding quality tracks is tough though.
Yeah, you're right. You can find impressions, but finding good quality tracks is tough.
That first round of tracks, we actually tracked it back up the dirt road because it had, even though it was hard, it had the same stride and the same amount of area that the foot was taking up. All that was disturbed every time.
Yeah.
Brian found a hill print stepping out of the wood line into this kind of bermy. It's kind of like a little berm that goes around, and it just like put a huge hill print. So we followed it back to a barbed wire fence where there was another big impression. Like maybe that's where it came from. I mean, it was all there. And just
Yeah, that was
measuring and-
that first hill impression was what, 75 yards from where maybe 100 yards
Yes.
from where the
Mhm.
4 tracks were. So
Man.
Yeah.
That must
Yeah,
be
we are
very
blessed.
exciting.
Yeah, we were blessed. Blessed on that one, dude, for sure.
Tell that girl to call anytime, right?
oh man, I'm telling you, yeah.
Put her on the payroll. Jeez.
Yeah, we'll start sending her checks like Shane and I get for doing the show.
Yeah, I'm just swimming in debt.
Yeah, right. Same kind of checks I get for
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
You enjoy those
all
too.
my.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
joke
know.
about it. Somebody had made accusation that we were trying to get rich. I don't remember what it was, or we
Stacking
were
it.
doing it for
I don't know
fame.
about you guys, but I'm stacking it to the ceiling over here.
It's like I don't even think we made enough money to pay for our StreamYard service yet. You know what I mean? So it's like whatever, man.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
Oh God.
yeah, I'm telling you, man, they did it. They just don't get it at all, do they? It's nothing.
Nah, yeah, whatever. You know,
You
they
got to
they
find humor in all of that,
yeah,
or it,
Mm.
you know,
yeah. If
just
not,
not.
it's
You just
Yeah,
just
don't.
I don't even know at what point you start making money from YouTube and all that stuff. I'm definitely not there. I can tell you that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
don't even know if I know how. So, who knows? Maybe
uh,
there is a stack of cash sitting out there for us, Shane. We don't even know how to collect it. You know what
I
I mean?
guess, man.
There's probably a whole $9 out there ready for us to
Oh,
split.
oh man, yeah. I don't
I'll
know.
get
I put it in the
8.95.
gas tank. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I
get
can
you
always
out.
use my
Oh
gas
yeah,
money.
So,
yeah, no doubt, right? Uh,
Hmm.
cool, man. Well,
So you guys going out anytime soon on your own, or
I
just
plan. Oh, go ahead, Brian.
I was gonna say I might be out this week.
Oh,
oh,
there
yeah,
you go.
Yeah, talked to a
cool.
couple of guys that are gonna be down southern Oklahoma. I'm gonna try to meet up with them if I can. So
There you go. It's always good to get out and get your boots dirty.
yeah,
It's tough to make time. I
Uh,
don't know how I would do this if I still had little kids. I don't know how I'd do it.
oh, see, that's the deal. My kids have all gotten older, so that's I went camping 2 weeks in a row just 2 weeks ago, and I'm
Yeah.
ready to hit. I'm ready to hit back. Probably in April. April, I'll be hitting it back.
Hmm.
I got the little guy still, and he'll road trip with me, but
Oh, but Landon's cool, man.
he is. But some days, man, he just don't want to go. You know, like when we were gonna go meet Brian in Southeast Oklahoma, I was like, "Hey, man, you want to run Broken Bow?" He was like, "Nah, it's too far, man. I don't want to do that road trip."
Nah, man, I'm just gonna work out and
Yeah, I'm just gonna work on the six pack and get ready for baseball season and and
baseball season.
yeah,
See what
he's
my options are.
he's obsessed with his six pack, so whatever. So
Oh
I'm just
Lord.
jealous, So just jealous I don't have.
uh, Tell him about that pony keg.
Right, right.
Uh, my youngest is 18, so I don't have to worry about her. She just eye rolls at me.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's how my 17-year-old is too. So,
Hmm.
and
I
then
tried to tell her a couple of years ago. I said, we could take you out and take you out squatching and stuff. We could probably make you famous. Pretty young girl out there squatching. This, that, and the other. And she's like, "Oh no, no, you're crazy." And I said, "I'm telling you, all these old guys that go crazy, they'd be subscribing and liking, and YouTube would be sending you a check, and all you got to do is go run around in the woods and chase Sasquatch." And she thought I was nuts. And then a couple of months later, I guess that Hellbent Hauler gal came out. The one with the blue hair. You know who I'm talking about?
Hmm.
She chases dog men or whatever.
oh, okay,
But I mean, her Facebook page just exploded. She's got 27,000 some odd subscribers and whatever. And hell, they just got started.
yeah,
And I tried to tell her, I was like, you should have listened to me. I could have made you famous. But
yeah, yeah.
Could
my
have blue.
brains,
Could
your
have blue hair
brawn.
right now.
I know exactly. But these young kids, they won't listen to us. They don't understand what all the world of squatching has to offer.
Yeah. We're old. We don't know what we're talking about. So that's all.
It offers all the ticks you can pluck.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Mosquito bites from hell, right?
chick.
And muddy shoes. Always being in trouble with your wife for tracking in mud. That's usually my thing.
Mine won't even
That's
give me a hug when I come in, dude, from camping for the however long. Yeah.
yeah.
Stinks, man.
You
Stinks.
smell like Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Cool deal.
Oh no.
Well, man, we're glad you came on, Brian.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having me, man. That's fine. I think I appreciate you help spread the word. Hopefully, if you guys have any questions about any of the sightings that I got on there, I'll give you whatever information,
Oh, cool.
uh,
Yeah.
whatever I
Appreciate that.
got. Well, technically, you already have access to it. You just go to my
Right.
Facebook page. You can click on. You can see every case file that I got. So,
We want that. We want those case files there in that bottom drawer,
uh,
though.
actually, there are a few that are not in there. I will tell you that much.
You know.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it is what you know how that is. You get sworn to secrecy. I'm like, but it's such a good story.
I know.
Well, if I get a chance to break loose and head up to Kansas, I'll text you and let you know, and then maybe I can give you my sighting story when I see
Cool.
it. And then
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
you can log it. So
Hmm. All right.
All
Well,
right,
you're
man.
like I said, you're welcome anytime on any of our camp outs. Just
cool.
let me know.
Appreciate it.
Both of you are,
Cool.
the more the merrier. So we're always out there. If you need to go, just let me know. We're probably going.
All right. Cool. I
Awesome.
appreciate it. So, well, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
We'll see you soon.
We'll see you, man.
Well, what do you think, bud?
Yeah, man. I
He's
love
got
the
a lot.
map. I love
He's got
that
a lot
map.
of cool stuff going on there, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's such a proactive push, man. I love it.
It's a lot of work,
You
man.
know?
That's what
Oh,
impressed me. Was like just the amount
yeah.
of work that was going into it. So I was like a little kid sitting there in the library, just like watching it, and I was like, man, we gotta have this dude on. Like,
Yeah.
this is a lot of stuff. I thought we do some pretty cool stuff and some big things, but I was just like, man, this guy's really, really putting it in there. So
Love it, man.
yeah.
Freaking love it.
Well, anything cool and new with you?
Let's see. If you guys aren't having this, you need to be. Hang on one second. If you're not having some of this,
Uh-oh. I'm afraid what he's gonna show. The Modelo is speaking.
second.
Uh-oh. I'm nervous. It's after
There
8
it
too. You
is.
never know what he may show, folks.
Oh no.
Oh, there you go. Here we go. I like it.
Fire. He's on fire.
That's some hot sauce.
Yeah, love that sauce.
Hey,
Monster sauce.
you know what's so crazy right now?
What's that, man?
You're able to plug the sauce in. So am I.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. So, happen to have a little sauce here myself. So I always got to plug wild sauce.
Was
you
that
know
the
what I mean?
howling habanero?
It
Which
is.
one is that one, dude?
Oh no, this is Swamp Sensation.
Oh,
Sorry,
that's the green one. Okay.
it's the green one. Yeah, Swamp Sensation.
Yeah, I need some of that howling habanero because I need to eat the whole bottle
Hmm.
and then I'm gonna do some. I want to make some. I already have an idea,
Okay.
but I need to taste it.
Okay.
Inspiration.
Cool.
That's all I got, man.
All right, man. Well, what do you say we end this thing? So
Yeah, man. Sounds good.
I think we bored enough people. So
Yeah, I know.
I know we're sorry, people.
Yeah,
We hate to bore you guys.
and we'll get on Messenger with you, Brian.
You will,
Yeah.
or that
No. Yeah, that Brian
that Brian.
right there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
We're so childish.
I'll let you. Yeah, we are childish. We're not a real show. We don't know.
I know.
We don't know what we're
When
doing.
you've been down like that, like with the blue shirt on, it looks like you're at the barber shop. Like they put the thing on.
I went to the barber shop the other day. It's been a couple days.
That's some barber shop shit going on. Sorry for the
Yeah.
language. It's past 8:00.
It's 8 o'clock. You can say whatever you want to say. It's after
Yeah,
8.
sure.
No hate before 8, but after 8, everything's great. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
dang, I'm all like, it must be the crown.
Yeah.
I'm a lightweight. You know this. I don't drink.
Dude, tomorrow's my Friday.
I'm a cheap date. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
I know, right?
All right, man. Let's
All
wrap
right.
this up.
Okay.
Okay.
Later, man.
All right. See you, dude.